other forms of aggression. But we've got also aggression being taken out here locally. And I want to bring up another speaker who's been on the front lines of this struggle. You know, one of the chants we use in this movement is education, not deportation. Education, not deportation. And that's no more relevant than right here in Newark, New Jersey, where the same Democrats and Republicans who have been locking up our immigrant brothers and sisters and gaining money from that are also destroying our public schools. Cory Booker, Chris Christie, who Joe DiVincenzo backed, was a major partner. They were partners along with the big philanthrocapitalists, the billionaires, in privatizing, destroying our public schools, busting the labor union, and a lot of, to be frank, the so-called Newark Teachers Union, the official union, collaborated with a lot of those attacks. But we had some rank and file movement, fighters, real fighters in the Newark Education Workers, a Democratic caucus, which mobilized, like we're doing, fellow teachers, students, and other working class people to defend public education. So I want to bring up Avram Rips, who's a teacher here in the Newark Public Schools and has been on the front lines of this fight to shut down ICE. Avram?
Yeah, Avram.
I'd just like to point out that nothing is really new in terms of the surveillance and what's happening in terms of what at the moment in terms of ICE and the deportation of immigrants and other people. Because many years ago they actually designed, when they had the anti-war demonstrations, it got so bad they were designing 10 cities, and in the Black Panther movement they were designing 10 cities when the citizens were being brutalized and killed. They actually were doing that in terms of a surveillance state. Now I'm going to briefly, this actually touches on the surveillance of our students, because I just found out that Hatch, which is an early childhood company that creates the whole computer system, has tables of activity tables where they have cameras where they can actually record real time of what's happening with preschool children. Why is that? How is that connected? Because of what we have been going through in terms of Common Core and the profit making, which Gates recently said was a gigantic waste of money. But they're continuing again with a new bill, which is coming through, which is going to be a flooding in of various computer, which I call electronic workbooks, which will be there to more surveillance, more being able to, I will say, basically be able to change people to become more into the content-based learning, where they are not able to, we get rid of critical thinking. That's the most important thing, so that we can't have people like us who are demonstrating against ICE. We can't have a resistance because everything is commercialized, including how it was taken over by what Jay just talked about as NTU, which is totally in collaboration with previous Superintendent Cerf, and now we have 2.0, which is probably be a variation of the theme. So this is just an incredible turnout. But thank you.
Good. Thanks, Avram. And I just want to add, the Newark Education Workers are a part of a movement. They're part of a lawsuit as well to demand the city and the state fix the lead-laden water that we have in this city. That's part of the infrastructural collapse. We have 800 military bases around the world. The U.S. empire expands while the country here at home falls apart. And one prime example is right here with the lead, which the mayor are just ignoring, and it's taken a movement to demand this change.